Wealth is not on its way to you as though it were traveling from a far-off land. Wealth is already coming to you now, through channels unseen, through movements you cannot yet trace. The truth is simple. Nothing appears in your world that you have not already accepted within. The treasure you seek does not begin outside, it begins within the mind, within the quiet assumption that you are already supplied. The outer world only reflects the arrangement of your inner world. The poor man, though given riches, will lose them if he has not changed his inner state. The wealthy man, even stripped of all possessions, will rise again, for his inner state will rebuild what was lost. If you wait for signs, if you beg and plead with life, you delay what is already yours. For the great law works not by effort but by assumption. The moment you dare to assume in the silence of your own being that you already possess the riches you desire, the stream of life bends itself to make it so. You may not see the path, but the way is prepared. You may not know how, but the supply has already begun to move. Do not miss it by doubting, by checking the outer world for evidence. The outer world lags behind. It must catch up to the seed planted in imagination. Your task is to nurture the seed, to water it with faith, and to protect it from the weeds of fear and disbelief. Live as though it were done. Feel the relief of having received. Walk in the certainty that your prayer is already answered. For when you act from the state of wealth, wealth cannot help but arrive. It has no choice, for life can only give you what you have claimed within. So I say to you, wealth is already moving toward you. Do not miss it. Do not turn it away by unworthiness or doubt. Welcome it with expectancy, with gratitude, with joy. For the universe has already answered, and the riches you have imagined are seeking you even now. Wealth is a state of consciousness, not something distant. It is not a far-off goal to be chased, nor is it a prize reserved only for a select few. It is not hidden in some corner of the world waiting to be discovered, nor is it locked behind doors that only chance can open. Wealth is within you. It is a state of being, a consciousness that you choose to embody, a reality that you accept for yourself long before it appears in visible form. When most people think of wealth, they immediately picture material things. Money in the bank, a beautiful home, luxury cars, freedom to travel, and the ability to live life without restriction. And while all these may indeed come, they are not the essence of wealth. They are only the outward shadows of an inward truth. Wealth begins as a state of mind. It begins as a vibration you carry within yourself. Before it is dollars, before it is possessions, before it is opportunities, it is simply awareness. To be wealthy is to live from the recognition that you already possess all you need, that abundance flows through you, and that nothing is lacking. The poor man can win a lottery and still be poor, for if his consciousness is rooted in lack, the money will escape him as quickly as it came. He will squander, lose, or repel it, because his inner state cannot sustain it. On the other hand, the man who carries wealth as consciousness will always rise, no matter how many times he falls. Even if stripped of everything, he will rebuild. Why? Because his mind holds the pattern of wealth. He does not think from lack, he thinks from abundance. He does not ask how will it come, he knows it must come, because he has already accepted it within. To live in the consciousness of wealth is to know that you are the source of what flows into your life. You do not wait for the world to hand it to you. You generate it from your inner being. Your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions create the current that draws riches to you. If you believe wealth is distant, it will remain distant. If you believe wealth is here, moving toward you now, it will show up in ways you could never have planned. This is why shifting your state of consciousness is the most powerful act you can do, You must cease thinking as one who begs and start thinking as one who already has. You must abandon the language of lack and embrace the language of plenty. Instead of saying, I want, you begin to say, I have. Instead of waiting for proof, you rest in the knowing that the proof will come, for life has no choice but to mirror your assumption. When you make wealth your inner dwelling place, you will see wealth arise in your outer world. It may come as ideas, as opportunities, as open doors you never noticed before. It may come in the form of people who suddenly cross your path, in chances that appear out of nowhere. But you will recognize it as the reflection of the state you chose within. That is the secret. Wealth is consciousness. Once you claim it inwardly, no power in the world can keep it from you. Your inner assumption of abundance calls it into existence. Nothing in this world comes to you until it first finds acceptance within your mind. The outer life you see is nothing but a mirror, reflecting back to you what you have assumed to be true. When you assume abundance, when you dare to believe that riches are already yours, you send out a silent command to life itself, and life must respond. It does not respond to wishful thinking or half-hearted desire. It responds to the conviction of assumption. Assumption is more than hoping. It is more than asking. It is the quiet yet powerful decision to claim a reality as though it were already established. It is standing in the middle of lack and saying, I am rich. It is walking through darkness and declaring, I am in the light. This act of assumption rearranges the unseen forces around you. You may not see them move, but they are moving. Doors that were closed begin to swing open. Paths you never knew existed begin to unfold. People and circumstances align themselves to the state you have claimed within. Think of the farmer who plants a seed. He does not wonder whether the seed will become a tree. He assumes it will. He waters it, cares for it, and rests in the certainty of its growth. Your inner assumption works in the same way. The moment you plant the seed of abundance within your mind and assume it is already real, the unseen soil of life began to make it so. The farmer does not dig up the soil every day to check whether the roots are forming. He trusts the process. Likewise, you must trust your assumption even when no evidence appears at first. The danger lies in assuming lack. Many people unconsciously affirm, I never have enough. Money is hard to come by. Life is unfair. These assumptions are as creative as those of abundance, but they call into existence a world of scarcity. Life cannot help but obey, for it always reflects what you claim to be true. That is why you must guard your inner speech. Every thought you repeat, every belief you hold is an assumption, and every assumption is a seed. So if you wish to live in abundance, you must dare to assume it now. Even if your pockets are empty, assume fullness. Even if the bills are many, assume they are already taken care of. Even if your outer life shouts poverty, whisper within, I live in wealth. That whisper, repeated with conviction, will outshout the loudest evidence of lack. The outer world must eventually yield to the inner assumption, for assumption is the creative law of life. Do not wait for proof before you believe. Belief is the proof. Do not demand to see abundance before you feel abundant. Feeling abundant is the cause, not the result. Your task is to live inwardly in the state of wealth, to assume it as your reality until it becomes so natural that you forget it was once only imagined. When you hold fast to this inner knowing, abundance cannot be withheld from you. The moment you claim it, it begins moving toward you. Your inner assumption of abundance calls it into existence, and the world will soon reveal what you have already accepted as true. Imagination is the bridge between desire and manifestation. Every desire that rises within you is a seed waiting for expression, but the passage from the unseen to the seen requires a bridge, and that bridge is your imagination. Without imagination, desire remains only a longing, a dream left unfulfilled. With imagination, desire becomes clothed in form and walks into your reality. Imagination is not fantasy, nor is it daydreaming with no power behind it. True imagination is creation itself. It is the power to form within your mind what you have not yet touched with your hands. When you imagine vividly and consistently, you construct the blueprint of your future. The world outside then follows that inner picture, just as a builder follows the design of an architect. The house does not appear first, and then the blueprint is drawn. The blueprint comes before the house. Likewise, your imagination precedes the reality you will one day see. Think of the bridge itself. A bridge connects two places that are otherwise separated. On one side stands your desire, the vision of what you long to experience. On the other side stands manifestation, the physical appearance of that desire in your life. If you remain on the side of desire without crossing the bridge, you will only continue to long for what could be. If you learn to walk across the bridge of imagination, however, you reach the other side, where your desire becomes fact. Imagination requires more than idle thinking. It asks you to feel the reality of your desire as if it were already present. If you desire wealth, then in imagination you must spend, give, and live as though you already possess it. If you desire love, then in imagination you must walk hand in hand, speak and feel the warmth of being cherished. If you desire freedom, then in imagination you must taste it, breathe it, and see yourself moving in the wide spaces of life without restriction. The moment you feel the desire as real in imagination, you've crossed the bridge. The mistake many make is to believe that imagination is merely an escape from reality. In truth, imagination is the womb of reality. What you imagine with persistence and faith must eventually harden into fact. The outer world is nothing but imagination fulfilled. Look at everything around you. Every building, every invention, every achievement of humanity. All of it once lived only in imagination. Someone dared to see it within before anyone could touch it without. So do not belittle your imagination. Do not dismiss it as play. It is the bridge between who you are and who you wish to become, between what you have and what you long to have. If you fail to use this bridge, your desires will remain on the far shore, always seen but never reached. But if you dare to cross it daily, if you dwell in imagination long enough for the feeling to become natural, the outer world has no choice but to conform. Every desire carries with it the means of fulfillment. Imagination is that means. When you master the art of seeing within, you master the art of living without. For nothing enters your life that was not first invited through imagination. This is the bridge, and when you walk upon it with faith, the journey from desire to manifestation becomes certain. Doubt and fear close the door to receiving. Faith keeps it open. Every desire you hold, every vision you entertain seeks to enter your life, but the door through which it comes is your belief. When faith is present, the door is wide open and blessings flow without obstruction. When doubt and fear arise, the door begins to close, and what was once moving toward you is delayed or even turned away. Life responds not to your begging, nor to your frantic effort, but to the quiet conviction that what you desire is already yours. Doubt is subtle. It whispers, what if it doesn't happen? What if it's too late? What if I am not worthy? These thoughts may seem harmless, but each one shuts the door a little tighter. Fear joins in, painting pictures of failure, loss, and disappointment. Together, doubt and fear create an atmosphere of resistance that pushes away the very thing you are longing for. The blessing is not denied to you. It is you who denies it by refusing to hold the door of faith open. Faith, on the other hand, is not blind. Faith is vision. Vision of the unseen, vision of what has not yet appeared. It is the unwavering assurance that the invisible is more real than the visible. Faith does not look at the empty bank account and say, "This is the truth." Faith looks within, claims abundance, and knows that what is unseen will soon be seen. Faith is the courage to stand unmoved by appearances, knowing that appearances must change when the inner conviction is held firm. Think of the farmer who plants a seed. If he were to dig it up every day in doubt, wondering if it would ever grow, the seed would never take root. If he feared the soil or the weather, if he refused to water it because he could not yet see growth, his field would remain barren. But with faith, he plants and walks away with confidence, knowing the harvest is already his. In time, what was hidden beneath the soil rises into view. This is the same law at work in your life. Faith plants, doubt uproots. Faith waters, fear dries up. When you live in faith, you are not forcing life, you are allowing it. You are not straining to make things happen, you are resting in the certainty that they already are happening. Faith keeps you aligned with the unseen flow that is moving toward you. It keeps the door open so that what you have claimed in imagination can cross over into your experience. Doubt and fear may try to visit, but you do not have to entertain them. Let them knock at the door, but keep the lock of faith secure. Return again and again to the feeling of having already received. Each time fear whispers, answer with assurance. Each time doubt arises, replace it with gratitude, as though the blessing were already in hand. Remember this truth: nothing is withheld from you except by your own disbelief. The universe is ready to give. The supply is endless. The only question is whether your door is open or closed. Doubt and fear close it, faith keeps it open. And when it is open, what you seek cannot help but find its way into your life. Act inwardly as though the wealth is already here. This is the great secret of manifestation, the hidden law by which the unseen becomes seen. To wait until riches appear before you feel rich is to wait forever. To wait until your circumstances change before you change your inner state is to remain bound to the very conditions you long to escape. The truth is reversed. The change must first be within. You must inwardly accept, embody, and live from the state of wealth, long before a single coin appears in your hand. When you act inwardly as though the wealth is already here, you are aligning yourself with the reality you desire. Wealth is not something that comes from outside, it springs from within, and the outer world only mirrors it back to you. To sit in lack and wait for abundance is to declare to life that you are poor. To feel and act inwardly as if abundance already surrounds you is to call that abundance into expression. The inner act is the cause. The outer manifestation is the effect. This inner action is not about reckless spending or pretending outwardly. It is not about borrowing money you do not have or forcing appearances to fool others. The true action is invisible. It happens in the silence of your imagination. It is the feeling of security when you close your eyes at night, knowing all your needs are met. It is the calm confidence that walks with you even when the world calls your bank account empty. It is the joy of giving generously in imagination, the peace of living debt-free in mind, the satisfaction of experiencing financial freedom inwardly before it shows itself outwardly. Every act you perform inwardly plants a seed in the soil of consciousness. If you plant worry, fear, and doubt, you will reap struggle. If you plant joy, gratitude, and wealth, you will reap abundance. To act inwardly as though the wealth is already here is to live in the harvest before it arrives. It is to taste the fruit while the tree is still budding. This is not delusion, it is creation. Consider how often the opposite is done. A person looks at their bills and feels despair, declaring, "I cannot afford this." They look at others with envy, affirming that life is not for me. These inner actions are just as powerful, for they are assumptions clothed in emotion. They call forth more lack, more struggle, more limitation. If inner poverty can manifest outer poverty, how much more can inner wealth manifest outer riches? So discipline your imagination. Instead of rehearsing lack, rehearse wealth. Picture yourself already in possession of the life you desire. Feel the freedom of paying every bill with ease. Imagine the relief of financial security. Let gratitude rise within you as though it were already so. And as you sustain this inner act, the outer world will eventually rise to match it. Life cannot deny you what you have already accepted inwardly. The world cannot withhold from you what you have already embodied. To act inwardly as though the wealth is already here is to set in motion the forces of creation, to summon opportunities, ideas, and channels that bring the invisible into visibility. Walk in that inner wealth today, and you will soon find that the riches you imagined are standing before you as fact. Gratitude and expectancy magnetize the unseen blessings into form. Nothing quickens manifestation more than a thankful heart and an expectant spirit. Gratitude is the acknowledgement that what you desire is already yours in the unseen. Expectancy is the calm certainty that it must soon appear in the seen. Together they form a magnet so powerful that it draws invisible riches into visible expression. Without them, even the most vivid imagination can wither. With them, the smallest seed of desire grows into an abundant harvest. Gratitude is not reserved only for what has already come. Anyone can thank life once the gift is in hand. True gratitude begins before the blessing is visible. It is the willingness to give thanks in advance, to rejoice for what the world cannot yet see, but what you already know is real within. When you rise each morning and silently declare, "I am thankful for the wealth that is mine," you send a signal to life that you have received. And because life only mirrors your inner state, more is given to match the thanksgiving you hold. To complain, to worry, to grumble is to repel blessings. To be grateful is to multiply them. Expectancy works hand in hand with gratitude. Expectancy is not hope mixed with doubt. It is assurance. It is the feeling that the outcome is certain, the knowing that what you have asked for is already on its way. Just as you do not plant a seed and wonder if it will grow, you must not imagine abundance and then question if it will arrive. The farmer expects his harvest because he knows the law. You too must expect your harvest because the law of consciousness cannot fail. What you assume and sustain must one day appear. The absence of expectancy is the root of delay. Many people imagine, but then cancel their creation with thoughts such as, "It's too hard, it may never happen for me." Such inner doubts are like closing the door just as the blessing knocks. To expect is to leave the door open, to stand ready, to prepare the room for the guest who is certain to arrive. Expectancy places you in the state of already having, and from that state, manifestation cannot be denied. When gratitude and expectancy are combined, the effect is unstoppable. Gratitude assures you that it is done. Expectancy prepares you to receive. One anchors you in joy, the other keeps you alert to opportunity. Together, they draw unseen blessings into the realm of form. You begin to notice doors opening where none existed. You meet people who play roles in your unfolding story. You receive ideas, inspiration, and guidance that lead directly to the wealth you have claimed. None of this is accident. It is the outworking of gratitude and expectancy. Make gratitude your constant companion. Do not wait for large things. Thank life for the smallest signs of abundance. The coin found on the street, the meal on your table, the smile from a stranger, these are tokens of the greater riches moving toward you. As you give thanks for them, you call in more. Let expectancy live in you daily. Wake up with the feeling that something wonderful is unfolding for you, and go to sleep with the same certainty. This inner posture is the magnet that transforms unseen blessings into tangible wealth. The truth is clear: wealth is not far away, it is here, waiting for you to claim it. It is not something you chase, but something you assume. It is born from the consciousness you carry, sustained by the imagination you nurture, and delivered through the faith you hold. Doubt and fear may try to close the door, but gratitude and expectancy will always keep it wide open. When you live inwardly as though your wealth is already here, the outer world must rise to match that inner state. So do not miss it. Do not let fear blind you to the treasures already moving toward you. Stand firm in the vision. Trust the unseen process, and live each day with a heart of thanksgiving for what you have imagined, what you have assumed, and what you have claimed in faith is already finding its way into your life. Wealth is already coming to you. Your only task is to receive it. Thank you for listening, and may your faith, your imagination, and your gratitude open the door to the riches that are already yours.
The essence of all transformation lies within the power of the human imagination. Every moment of your life is an invitation to look beyond the surface, beyond what the senses reveal, and to embrace the creative force that dwells within you. For you are not a passive observer of life, you are its architect, its creator, its master builder. This is not a philosophy to be debated, but a truth to be lived. The world, as you perceive it, is nothing more than the reflection of your inner world, the tapestry of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs projected outward. Imagine for a moment that life is a grand stage, and every actor, every scene, every circumstance is but a reflection of the drama unfolding within your own consciousness. What you see before you is not independent of you, it is you, expressed in form and shape, in color and texture. The key to transforming this external world lies not in manipulating its elements, but in understanding and reshaping the mind from which it springs. The outer world is merely a mirror, and its reflections change only when the source changes. To awaken to this truth is to realize your immense creative power. This power, however, is not one of effort or struggle, but one of faith and imagination. Faith in its highest sense is the belief in things unseen, the conviction that what you imagine is real and will externalize in its appointed time. The imagination, the creative faculty within, is the divine spark that allows you to bring forth what you desire. When you combine faith with imagination, you step into the role of creator and mold the world to your vision. But let us consider for a moment what it means to imagine. To imagine is not merely to daydream or to wish idly for something better. True imagination involves a vivid and focused act of inner vision. It is the ability to see, hear, touch, and feel the reality you desire as though it were already here. This is not a fleeting thought, but a sustained awareness, an unshakable belief that what you imagine is as real as any physical experience. It is through this disciplined act of imagination that you rewrite the script of your life. The circumstances that appear fixed and unchangeable are, in truth, fluid and malleable, responding to the impressions made upon them by your mind. As you persist in imagining the ideal, you will begin to see its evidence unfold around you. This is the law of life, a principle as reliable as gravity and as transformative as the rising sun. So as we begin this journey together, let us set aside all doubts and preconceived notions. Let us embrace the truth that the world within is the true source of power. With each word, with each thought, with each vision, you are shaping your destiny. For within you lies a treasure beyond measure, the ability to imagine, believe, and become. This is the secret, the path, and the key to every door. And as we explore these ideas, you will come to see that the life you dream of is not a distant hope, but a present reality waiting to be realized through your inner work. The power of the human imagination is the foundational force behind all transformation and creation in life. It is through imagination that you move beyond the physical senses transcending the constraints of what seems real or possible. This power resides within every individual, waiting to be recognized and harnessed. You are not merely an observer of life, but its active creator, shaping the events, circumstances, and relationships that define your experience. This process is not a matter of coincidence or external control, but an intentional act of projecting your inner thoughts, beliefs, and emotions outward into the world. Imagination acts as the lens through which you perceive and construct reality. It is the mechanism by which the formless is given form, the invisible becomes visible, and potential is transformed into actuality. Life itself can be likened to a stage where every character, scenario, and event is a direct manifestation of your consciousness. Nothing you encounter exists independently of the inner activity of our mind. This realization shifts your perspective from seeing the world as a fixed, external entity to understanding it as a dynamic reflection of your inner state. To fully grasp the magnitude of imagination's power is to awaken to your role as the architect of your destiny. This creative faculty does not rely on force or external manipulation. Instead, it operates through a profound and unwavering belief in the reality of what is imagined. The images and scenarios you consistently hold in your mind become the blueprint for your life. Through focused imagination, you not only envision desired outcomes, but experience them internally with such vividness and certainty that they inevitably materialize in your external world. This understanding challenges conventional notions of causality. It reveals that the source of change lies not in external circumstances, but within the reshaping of your inner world. The outer reality, no matter how immutable it may seem, is malleable and responsive to the impressions made upon it by your imagination. As you deliberately direct this power, you gain the ability to transform every aspect of your life, turning obstacles into opportunities and desires into tangible experiences. Imagination, therefore, is not a passive or superficial activity, but a deliberate and creative process. It involves more than fleeting thoughts or idle wishes. It requires a deep and sustained engagement with the vision of what you seek to create. When you approach imagination with clarity, conviction, and persistence, it becomes the engine of your personal evolution, shaping the fabric of your reality in alignment with your highest aspirations. Life, as experienced, is a direct reflection of the inner consciousness. This profound truth reveals that the external world is not separate from you, but intricately tied to your inner state of being. Every experience, whether joyous or challenging, every relationship and every encounter is a mirror reflecting the mental and emotional patterns within you. The outer world operates as a canvas, and the mind, with its thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, is the brush that paints it. Consider for a moment the concept that nothing in your external life exists independently. The people you meet, the circumstances you face, and even the random events that seem to occur are all expressions of the drama playing out within your consciousness. This interplay means that to understand and transform your reality, you must first turn inward and examine the thoughts and assumptions you hold. The world acts as a perfect mirror, reflecting not what you wish to see, but what you truly believe and feel at the deepest levels of your being. This understanding places immense creative power in your hands. If the external world is a reflection, then by altering the inner image U2014, your dominant thoughts, emotions, and beliefs U2014, you can change what appears in the mirror. It eliminates the need to struggle against external circumstances or attempt to manipulate the outer world directly. Instead, the focus shifts to mastering the inner landscape, for it is here that the seeds of all external change are planted. The reflective nature of life is both a profound truth and an invitation to greater self-awareness. It challenges you to take full responsibility for your experiences, recognizing that nothing happens to you without first happening through you. This realization is not a burden, but an empowerment. It means that you are never a victim of circumstance, but always a creator of it. By choosing your inner focus deliberately, you shape the outer world to align with your desires and aspirations. When you embrace this truth, life begins to transform in unexpected and remarkable ways. The same energy you once used to react to circumstances can now be directed toward consciously creating them. Patterns of lack or limitation dissolve as you cultivate an inner vision of abundance and possibility. Relationships shift as you embody love and understanding within yourself. Even challenges lose their power to overwhelm, becoming instead opportunities for growth and reflection. In this light, life becomes not a series of random events, but a coherent and purposeful journey of self-discovery and creation. Each moment is an opportunity to refine the inner picture, to align your thoughts and feelings with the reality you wish to experience. The world outside will faithfully echo these adjustments, demonstrating that the power to shape your destiny lies not in external forces, but within your own consciousness. Awakening to your creative power is the pivotal moment when you realize that you are not at the mercy of external forces, circumstances, or limitations. It is an awakening to the truth that the power to shape, design, and direct your life lies entirely within you. This power is not derived from external sources, it is inherent, a fundamental aspect of your being. To awaken to it is to understand that you are the author of your experience, the creator of your reality. This creative power is not a force of physical effort or external manipulation, but one that operates through the realm of consciousness. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, and every feeling you nurture serves as a building block in the creation of your world. When you awaken to this power, you recognize that the events and circumstances of your life are not random occurrences, but precise reflections of the inner patterns of your mind. This understanding marks the beginning of true empowerment, for it shifts your focus from attempting to change the outer world directly to transforming the inner world from which it springs. Awakening to creative power also involves a profound realization of responsibility. While it may initially seem daunting to accept that you are the source of your experiences, it is ultimately liberating. It means that no external force can dictate the course of your life unless you permit it. It is within your hands to reshape any situation, to transcend any limitation, and to manifest your deepest desires. This realization dismantles the illusion of victimhood and replaces it with the knowledge of your innate ability to create and transform. To fully embrace this power, you must cultivate faith and imagination. Faith is the unwavering belief in the reality of things unseen, a trust that the creative process will bring forth what is imagined. Imagination, the divine faculty within you, is the tool through which this power is expressed. It allows you to see beyond the present circumstances, to envision a reality that aligns with your desires, and to bring that vision to life. Together, faith and imagination form the foundation of creative mastery. This awakening is not a singular moment, but a continuous process of expanding awareness and deepening understanding. As you practice using your creative power consciously, you begin to see its effects in the unfolding of your life. Small changes give way to larger transformations, and you come to recognize that nothing is beyond your ability to create. Obstacles become opportunities, limitations dissolve, and the world begins to reflect the beauty and possibility you hold within. Ultimately, awakening to creative power is a call to live consciously and deliberately. It is an invitation to step into the role of creator with confidence and purpose, knowing that the life you dream of is not only possible but inevitable when you align with this truth. It is the realization that you hold the key to your destiny, and that through your inner work, you can bring forth a life of limitless potential and fulfillment. Faith and imagination are the twin pillars of transformation, working together as the ultimate forces to shape and direct your reality. Faith, in its purest and highest sense, is not a vague hope or wishful thinking, but a deep, unwavering conviction in the unseen. It is the ability to trust in the reality of that which your senses cannot yet confirm. Faith is the bridge between the inner world of imagination and the outer world of form, serving as the foundation for the creative process. Without it, the most vivid and detailed imaginings remain inert, like seeds without soil. Imagination is the divine faculty through which creation begins. It allows you to step beyond the boundaries of your current circumstances and envision a reality aligned with your deepest desires. Yet imagination alone is not enough. It requires faith to give it vitality, to breathe life into the vision. and to carry it into expression. Faith anchors the imagined reality, ensuring its manifestation, no matter how improbable it may appear to the logical mind. Together, faith and imagination form a powerful synergy. Imagination is the act of seeing, feeling, and experiencing your desired reality as though it were already here. Faith complements this by sustaining your conviction in the reality of your vision, even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. This partnership creates a magnetic force that draws the desired outcomes into your life with precision and certainty. Faith is not blind or arbitrary, it is deeply intentional and rooted in understanding the creative process. When you have faith in the reality of your imagination, you align yourself with the natural laws of creation. Doubt and fear dissolve, replaced by an unshakable certainty that what you imagine will find its way into the physical world. This is not a matter of forcing or struggling to make things happen, rather, it is about trusting the natural flow of life to bring forth what you have planted in the fertile ground of your consciousness. The transformative power of faith and imagination lies in their ability to transcend limitations. Where logic sees obstacles and impossibilities, imagination envisions solutions and pathways. Where the senses perceive lack, faith affirms abundance. This dynamic duo empowers you to rewrite the story of your life, to move beyond inherited beliefs and circumstances, and to claim your role as the creator of your destiny. In practice, the combination of faith and imagination is a disciplined inner work. It requires consistency and focus, the ability to return to your vision with clarity and conviction, even in the face of challenges or delays. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and you begin to witness the undeniable evidence of your creative power. Faith and imagination are not merely tools for achieving goals, but are the essence of living a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. As you embrace these forces, you come to see that the external world is not separate or resistant, but is always responding to the inner activity of your mind. Faith and imagination are the keys to unlocking this responsive universe, enabling you to live not as a bystander, but as a conscious creator, shaping your life in alignment with your highest vision. True imagination is more than idle daydreaming or fleeting desires. It is a profound and focused act of creation within the mind. To truly imagine is to engage all the senses and feelings, constructing a vivid and detailed reality that feels as real as the physical world. It is an act of disciplined visualization, where the desired state or outcome is not just seen but experienced fully in consciousness. This process requires more than superficial thinking. It demands a deep emotional connection and belief in the reality of what is imagined. In true imagination, the inner vision becomes so vivid and tangible that it overrides the evidence of the senses. You step into the role of creator, not as one hoping for change, but as one commanding it by bringing the unseen into vivid focus. This act of imagining involves engaging the emotions, for it is feeling that gives life to the vision. The mind might conceive an idea, but it is the heart, with its deep emotional resonance, that impresses this idea onto the subconscious mind, setting the creative process into motion. The disciplined nature of true imagination means it must be sustained and nurtured. It is not a fleeting moment of clarity, but a continual practice of aligning your inner vision with your desires. This persistence is what allows the imagined state to solidify and externalize. When practiced consistently, true imagination becomes a powerful tool for rewriting the script of your life, transforming the seemingly fixed and unchangeable into new and expansive possibilities. Through true imagination, you gain the ability to transcend present circumstances. No matter how challenging or limiting your current reality may appear, the mind has the power to project itself beyond these conditions and create a new state of being. This ability to imagine and persist in the desired state fosters resilience and hope, allowing you to maintain your focus even in the face of external resistance or delays. Imagination, when exercised at this level, becomes the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It taps into the deeper truths of existence, recognizing that all creation begins in the unseen realms of thought and belief. By consciously engaging in the practice of true imagination, you align yourself with the creative laws of the universe, which are always working to bring form to the formless. Ultimately, true imagination is an expression of your divine nature, a reminder of the creative power inherent within you. It is through this faculty that you can shape your destiny, overcome obstacles, and manifest a life that reflects your highest aspirations. This is not a passive process, but an active, intentional act of creation that draws upon the limitless potential within. The reality you imagine and feel with conviction is the reality you will eventually experience, for the inner world always precedes the outer. Rewriting the script of your life through disciplined imagination is a transformative practice that empowers you to consciously create the reality you desire. The notion that life is fixed and unchangeable is an illusion. Every circumstance you face, no matter how rigid it appears, is a manifestation of the mental impressions you hold. By understanding this truth, you gain the ability to rewrite the narrative of your life by deliberately reshaping these impressions through persistent and focused imagination. Discipline is the cornerstone of this process. It requires consistent effort to envision the ideal reality you wish to experience and to hold that vision with unwavering conviction. This is not a passive exercise, but an active engagement of the imagination, where you see, feel, and experience the desired state as though it were already a present reality. The more vividly and consistently you imagine this ideal, the more profoundly it influences your subconscious mind, which in turn brings it into your external experience. The disciplined act of imagination involves more than fleeting thoughts or occasional visualization. It demands sustained focus and emotional engagement. When you repeatedly imagine yourself in a desired state, you are essentially planting seeds in the fertile ground of your consciousness. Over time, these seeds grow and manifest as tangible experiences. This process operates according to a natural and reliable law, where the inner vision becomes the blueprint for the outer reality. Challenges and doubts may arise during this process, as the physical senses often contradict the imagined state. However, this is where discipline becomes crucial. By persisting in your imagination, regardless of external appearances, you affirm the primacy of the inner world over the outer. It is through this persistence that you overcome the inertia of old beliefs and patterns, replacing them with new ones that align with your vision. The ability to rewrite your life through disciplined imagination also fosters a sense of empowerment and responsibility. It shifts your focus from reacting to circumstances to proactively creating them. You realize that the power to change your life lies not in external forces, but within your own mind. This understanding frees you from the limitations of the past and opens the door to infinite possibilities. As you practice disciplined imagination, you begin to witness its effects. Seemingly immovable obstacles dissolve, relationships transform, and opportunities appear where none existed before. These changes are not random, but are direct responses to the new script you have written through your focused and consistent inner work. Ultimately, this practice is about aligning your thoughts and emotions with the reality you wish to experience. It is a process of deliberate creation, where you take control of the narrative of your life and shape it in accordance with your highest aspirations. Through disciplined imagination, you discover the profound truth that you are the author of your destiny, capable of rewriting your story at any moment to reflect the limitless potential within you. Embracing inner work as the key to reality is an acknowledgement of a profound truth. The world you experience is a direct reflection of your inner state. Everything you encounter in the external world, the joys, the challenges, the relationships, and the opportunities, is shaped by the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that dominate your inner consciousness. Therefore, the most significant work you can do to transform your life is not outward but inward. It is a process of self-discovery, healing, and deliberate creation that begins within the mind and heart. Inner work requires a commitment to self-awareness. It involves looking inward with honesty and courage, examining the thoughts you hold, the stories you tell yourself, and the emotions you carry. This introspection is not about self-criticism, but about understanding and transforming the inner patterns that may be limiting you. By bringing these patterns into awareness, you create the space for change and growth. Awareness is the first step, for you cannot change what you do not recognize. As you delve into inner work, you also engage the creative power of your imagination and the transformative energy of faith. The act of imagining a desired reality is not just a mental exercise, it is an act of creation. Through focused imagination, you reshape the inner world to align with your aspirations. Faith sustains this vision, even when external circumstances seem to contradict it. Together, they form the foundation of inner work, enabling you to bridge the gap between what is and what can be. This process is deeply personal and transformative. It is not about conforming to external expectations or achieving superficial goals, but about aligning with your true self and authentic desires. Inner work allows you to dissolve old fears, release limiting beliefs, and step into a space of empowerment and possibility. It is a process of liberation, freeing you from the constraints of the past and opening you to the infinite potential of the present. Engaging in inner work also cultivates resilience and peace. As you learn to shape your inner world, you become less reactive to external events. Challenges lose their power to overwhelm you because you recognize that they are not fixed realities, but opportunities for growth and reflection. This inner stability creates a profound sense of peace and confidence, allowing you to navigate life with grace and purpose. Ultimately, inner work is the key to transforming not only your personal reality, but also the world around you. As you change within, the world responds. Relationships improve, opportunities arise, and life begins to reflect the clarity and beauty of your inner state. This is not a coincidence, but a natural outcome of the principle that the outer world mirrors the inner. By embracing inner work, you tap into the limitless creative potential within you, becoming the conscious architect of your reality. It is the most meaningful and empowering journey you can undertake, a journey that leads to a life of fulfillment, joy, and alignment with your highest self. Ladies and gentlemen, the most profound truth of existence lies not in the external conditions that surround us, but in the infinite power within each of us. You are not a victim of circumstance, a mere pawn tossed upon the seas of fate. Instead, you are the creator of your experience, a divine being endowed with the ability to shape reality itself. This truth is eternal and unchanging, yet it is often hidden beneath the veil of appearances. What are circumstances, after all, but shadows cast by the inner world of thought and belief? The outer world is but a reflection, a mirror, showing us the contents of our own consciousness. If you perceive lack, limitation, or struggle, it is not because life has imposed these upon you, it is because they are the echoes of the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world. To change your life, you need not wrestle with the shadows. Instead, turn your attention inward to the source of creation itself. The imagination is the gateway to this source. It is the divine faculty through which you shape the world. What you imagine with feeling and conviction is impressed upon the infinite intelligence within you and becomes manifest in the world without. This is not a theory, but a law, immutable, impartial, and unfailing. Through the disciplined use of your imagination, you can rise above any circumstance, no matter how dire, and live the life of your dreams. You may ask, how can this be true when my current reality appears so fixed? I tell you, the fixed nature of reality is an illusion. Your senses, faithful servants though they may be, often deceive you, binding you to the evidence of the moment. But the moment is transient, fleeting. What is real is the eternal now, the realm of imagination where all things are possible. To free yourself from the chains of circumstance, you must dare to dream beyond the evidence of your senses. Close your eyes to the world as it is and open your heart to the world as it could be. See yourself as you wish to be. Feel it deeply and live in that assumption as though it were already true. Persist in this state of being and life will bend to your vision, for the outer world must conform to the inner. This is not wishful thinking or idle fantasy. It is a practice, a discipline, and above all, an act of faith. Faith is not the acceptance of something unseen, it is the substance of that which is hoped for, the evidence of things not yet revealed. When you walk by faith, you walk not by sight but by the vision you hold within. And as you persist in this vision, your circumstances will transform, revealing the truth that you are, and have always been, the master of your destiny. So tonight I invite you to set aside the burdens of doubt and fear. Dare to imagine boldly, to feel deeply, and to live as though your dreams are already realized. For they are. And as you awaken to this truth, you will discover the limitless power that has been yours all along. Circumstances are not the immutable forces they appear to be. They are reflections of the beliefs, thoughts, and feelings that dominate your inner world. The external conditions of your life are like a mirror, faithfully displaying the contents of your consciousness. If you see lack, failure, or hardship in your outer world, it is not because the world is inherently designed that way, but because these states are being projected outward from within you. Every moment of your life is shaped by the energy you radiate through your thoughts and emotions. When you fixate on fear, doubt, or limitation, you reinforce these patterns, allowing them to manifest repeatedly in your external reality. This is not a punishment, but simply the operation of a universal law. The world outside must align with the state of consciousness you consistently occupy. It is easy to fall into the trap of believing that circumstances dictate your life and that you are powerless against them. But this belief only strengthens their hold over you. Instead, recognize that circumstances are like echoes. They cannot exist independently of the source that produces them. The source is within you, and it is here that true change begins. By shifting your inner state, you can transform the reflections you see in the world around you. Your reality is not fixed, it is fluid, responsive, and malleable to the impressions of your mind. This understanding is liberating, for it means you are never a victim of your circumstances. You are always the creator, whether consciously or unconsciously. When you grasp this truth, you can begin to take deliberate control of your life by focusing your attention on the thoughts and feelings you wish to see mirrored in your external world. Circumstances will always follow. They are secondary to the primary cause, which is the state of your consciousness. By choosing to see circumstances as reflections rather than defining forces, you reclaim your power. Instead of reacting to life, you begin to create it consciously, realizing that the outer world must align with the inner as surely as a mirror reflects the image before it. Imagination is the divine faculty through which you create your reality. It is not merely the ability to conjure fanciful thoughts or indulge in daydreams. Rather, it is the power to bring forth into existence the life you wish to experience. Within your imagination lies the seed of every possibility, the foundation upon which all things are built. It is through this inner vision that you shape and mold your external world. Everything that exists began as an imagined idea. Before anything could manifest in the physical world, it had to first take form in the mind of its creator. Whether it is a work of art, an invention, or a transformation in life circumstances, imagination is the starting point. When you use this faculty consciously and intentionally, you align yourself with the same creative power that brought the universe into being. The imagination is not bound by the limitations of the physical senses. It transcends time and space, allowing you to see and experience a reality that may not yet be visible to the eyes. What you vividly imagine and feel with conviction is imprinted upon the deeper, creative layers of your mind. This impression, when sustained, sets into motion the forces necessary to bring your vision into physical form. The key to using imagination effectively lies in embodying the reality you desire as though it were already true. It is not enough to simply picture what you want. You must feel it, inhabit it, and live from it in your inner world. When you do this, you engage the emotional energy that gives life to your vision, making it more than a fleeting thought. This is where imagination becomes a powerful tool of transformation, for it creates a state of being that the external world must eventually reflect. Imagination does not rely on external conditions to be activated. It is self-sustaining and independent of the current circumstances of your life. This means that no matter what your present situation looks like, you can use your imagination to create something entirely different. By holding steadfastly to your desired vision and refusing to be swayed by appearances, you harness the creative power within you to manifest change. This faculty is a gift, a reminder of your divine nature as a creator. When you understand its potential and practice, using it deliberately, you begin to experience the boundless possibilities of life. Your imagination is not a passive tool, it is an active force that shapes your destiny. Use it wisely, and you will see how effortlessly the world around you aligns with the visions you hold within. Through imagination, you awaken to your true power and discover that nothing is beyond your reach. The idea that reality is fixed and unchangeable is one of the greatest illusions of life. While the physical world appears solid and immovable, it is, in truth, fluid and malleable, continuously shaped by the invisible forces of your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. This misconception of a fixed reality arises because we rely heavily on our senses, which present only the surface appearance of life. These appearances seem permanent and unyielding, yet they are but the outward expression of an inner, ever-changing state of consciousness. The world you perceive with your senses is not an absolute truth. It is a projection, a mirror, reflecting the dominant patterns of your inner world. Each moment of your life is shaped by what you accept as true within your imagination and beliefs. This dynamic nature of reality is governed by universal laws, such as the law of assumption, which states that whatever you assume to be true with conviction will inevitably manifest in your experience. Recognizing this law reveals that what seems fixed is actually the result of past assumptions and beliefs that have materialized into your present. The illusion of fixed reality persists because most people live reactively, accepting the world as it appears and allowing external circumstances to dictate their inner state. They see lack or limitation and respond with thoughts and feelings that reinforce those conditions. In doing so, they perpetuate a cycle where their external world continuously mirrors their internal acceptance of the status quo. To break free from this cycle, you must shift your focus away from appearances and toward the deeper truth that reality is fluid and responsive. One of the most empowering truths you can realize is that the moment you change your state of consciousness, reality begins to shift. The change may not be immediately visible, but it is set into motion the moment you adopt a new assumption about yourself or your circumstances. This shift occurs because the outer world is not independent of your consciousness, it is an extension of it. By aligning your inner state with the reality you wish to experience, you override the illusion of permanence and invite new possibilities to emerge. This understanding also teaches you to see current circumstances not as obstacles, but as opportunities. They are the residue of past assumptions, nothing more. When you stop identifying with these appearances and instead focus on the reality you desire, you withdraw the energy that sustains the illusion. As you persist in your new state of being, what once seemed fixed begins to dissolve, making way for the manifestation of your vision. Breaking free from the illusion of fixed reality requires courage and faith. It demands that you trust in the unseen, that you believe in possibilities that contradict your present experience. But as you embrace this truth and practice living from your desired state, you will witness the profound transformation of your life. The illusion of permanence will fall away, revealing the boundless, ever-changing nature of reality that responds to your every thought and belief. Living in the assumption of your desired state is the cornerstone of conscious creation. It is a practice of embodying the feeling of your wish fulfilled, immersing yourself in the experience of already having or being what you desire. This approach goes beyond mere visualization or fleeting hopes. It is a profound alignment of your thoughts, emotions, and identity with the reality you wish to bring forth. To live in the assumption means to accept your desired state as true in the present moment, even if there is no physical evidence to support it. It is the art of living as if, where you do not merely imagine your desired outcome as something that might happen in the future, but claim it as a fact here and now. This mental and emotional stance is crucial because the subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you consistently assume the feeling of your desired reality, the subconscious accepts it as truth and begins orchestrating events, circumstances, and opportunities to align with your inner state. The process of living in the assumption starts with clarity. You must know precisely what you desire and focus on it with unwavering faith. Once you have defined your goal, immerse yourself in the feeling of having already achieved it. What would your life look like if this were true? How would you feel, act, and think? These questions help you construct a vivid inner reality that becomes more dominant than the outer conditions of your current life. It is essential to persist in this state even when external circumstances seem contradictory. This persistence is a test of faith and conviction. The outer world often reflects the residual effects of past thoughts and beliefs, which may not immediately align with your new assumption. However, as you continue to live from the state of your wish fulfilled, the outer world must eventually conform to your inner reality. This is the law of consciousness. The external must mirror the internal. Living in the assumption also requires that you detach from the how and when of manifestation. Your role is not to micromanage the process, but to maintain the feeling of your desired state as though it were already accomplished. The ways and means by which your assumption manifests are handled by the infinite intelligence within you, which operates beyond the limitations of logic and reason. Trusting this process is an act of surrender, allowing the creative power of your subconscious to work without interference. This practice transforms your identity. By consistently assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you shift from desiring to being, from lack to abundance, from wishing to knowing. You begin to embody the qualities and characteristics of the person who already has what they desire. This shift is not only the key to manifestation, but also a profound act of self-realization, where you step into the truth of your creative power. Living in the assumption is both an art and a discipline. It requires focus, imagination, and unwavering faith. But as you master this practice, you will discover that the world reshapes itself to reflect your inner state. Through persistence, your assumed reality becomes your lived reality, revealing the truth that you are always the creator of your experience. Faith is the invisible force that bridges the gap between your inner desires and their manifestation in the external world. It is not merely belief in something unseen. It is the creative substance through which the unseen becomes seen. Faith is the foundation of all conscious creation, for without it, the practice of imagination and assumption lacks the vitality and conviction necessary to bring about change. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the evidence of realities not yet visible to the senses. True faith transcends mere wishful thinking or passive hope. It is a deep inner knowing, a conviction so strong that it becomes the very fabric of your being. When you have faith in the reality of your desire, you no longer question its existence or doubt its fulfillment. You live with the confidence that your vision is already real, even if it has not yet appeared in the physical world. This state of certainty aligns your consciousness with the fulfillment of your desire, setting into motion the forces required to bring it into manifestation. But faith operates on a principle of unwavering trust in the unseen. The physical senses are often misleading, presenting a picture of reality that appears fixed and unchangeable. Faith, however, allows you to see beyond appearances to the infinite possibilities that lie within. It empowers you to hold steadfastly to your vision, even when external circumstances seem to contradict it. This is the essence of walking by faith and not by sight, a deliberate choice to trust in the power of your inner world over the evidence of the outer. The role of faith in the creative process is crucial because it acts as the activating force for your imagination and assumptions. Without faith, your imagined visions remain lifeless, mere fantasies with no power to influence reality. Faith brings these visions to life, infusing them with energy and making them feel real in your consciousness. When you believe wholeheartedly in the reality of your imagined state, you create a vibrational alignment with that state, drawing it closer to you with every thought and feeling. Faith is not blind or irrational, it is deeply rooted in understanding the laws of consciousness. When you recognize that the outer world is a reflection of the inner, faith becomes a natural response to this truth. You understand that by persisting in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the external world must rearrange itself to mirror your conviction. This understanding eliminates doubt and fear, replacing them with a calm assurance that your desire is already yours. Cultivating faith requires practice and discipline. It involves silencing the doubts of the conscious mind and choosing to trust in the unseen power within you. Affirmations, meditation, and repeated visualization of your desired state can strengthen your faith, reinforcing your belief in the reality of your vision. Each time you choose faith over fear, you build momentum, making it easier to remain aligned with your desired outcome. Faith is the creative substance that transforms your inner desires into tangible reality. It is the invisible link between the world of imagination and the physical world. By cultivating unwavering faith in the fulfillment of your desires, you unlock the full potential of your creative power, allowing you to shape your life in accordance with your highest aspirations. Faith is the bridge, the assurance, and the evidence that everything you seek is already yours. Awakening to your inner power is the realization of your role as the creator of your life. It is the profound understanding that you are not subject to random events or external forces beyond your control, but rather you possess the ability to shape your reality through the power of your consciousness. This awakening is both liberating and transformative, for it reveals the truth of who you are, a limitless being endowed with the capacity to manifest your desires and transcend any obstacle. The journey to this awakening begins with the recognition that your inner world is the source of all external experiences. Everything you see, feel, and encounter in your life is a reflection of the beliefs, assumptions, and feelings you hold within. When you understand this, you realize that the power to change your circumstances does not lie outside of you, but within your own mind and imagination. This shift in perspective is the key to reclaiming your creative authority. Awakening to your inner power also means understanding that you are connected to an infinite intelligence that permeates all things. This intelligence is the source of creation itself, and it operates through you as the power of imagination, faith, and intention. By aligning your thoughts and emotions with the reality you wish to experience, you activate this divine creative power and set into motion the forces necessary for manifestation. You are not separate from this power, you are an expression of it, and its limitless potential resides within you. One of the most important aspects of this awakening is the realization that limitations are illusions. Many people live their lives constrained by beliefs that they are not worthy, capable, or deserving of their desires. These beliefs act as self-imposed barriers, blocking the flow of abundance and fulfillment. When you awaken to your inner power, you see these limitations for what they are: temporary constructs of the mind that can be dissolved through conscious effort. You begin to embrace your inherent worthiness and recognize that you are capable of achieving anything you truly desire. Awakening to your inner power also involves taking full responsibility for your life. This is not about blame or guilt, but about acknowledging your role as the creator of your experiences. When you take responsibility, you move out of victimhood and into empowerment. You stop reacting to life and start directing it with intention. This shift is empowering because it puts you in the driver's seat, allowing you to consciously choose the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that shape your reality. Finally, awakening to your inner power is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice. It requires you to consistently nurture your awareness, align your consciousness with your desires, and trust in the creative process. Meditation, visualization, affirmations, and gratitude are tools that can help you stay connected to this power and deepen your faith in its reality. Each moment of alignment reinforces your ability to create, building confidence and clarity in your role as a creator. When you awaken to your inner power, you step into a life of purpose, joy, and limitless potential. You no longer see yourself as a passive observer of life, but as an active participant in the unfolding of your dreams. This awakening is the ultimate realization of your divine nature, a truth that sets you free to live as the master of your destiny.